So have you introduced the legislation yet for the, is it the Patient Responsibility Act? So that
Next week.
those who are opposed to buying their own health insurance would take responsibility for all of
It's,
their.
it's an idea I floated,
costs.
I saw this coming, much better than my leaders did. I mean, first off, we're getting stuck with the Senate bill, which was not a great bill, and the House bill was much better, but secondly, so this mandate's gonna be the biggest problem, and I said there's an alternative. I understand the whole theory of adverse selection and the spreading of the costs and all that. I said there's a different way to get there, which is to say, your health care is your personal responsibility. Now, if you wish to opt out of being able to participate in an exchange and get policies that meet the federal standards and that don't discriminate on pre-existing condition and everything else, and you also waive your right to take Medicaid, and you further indicate that you understand that it's your personal responsibility and it is non-dischargeable in bankruptcy, the same as a student loan. Student loans are non-dischargeable in bankruptcy. You can have them restructured, you can't discharge them. And then go ahead and you won't have to participate. Because the whole thing is we are now today providing health care in the least efficient way possible for those who don't have coverage, which is they go to the emergency room, or they have an accident and they can't pay for it, and they have no assets, and the hospital charges everybody else. And in Oregon, the insurance commissioner says it's $1,400 a year per insured person in Oregon for the costs of unreimbursed care for other people, because the hospitals, doctors got to get the money somewhere. And obviously Medicaid is a huge expense for the health plan. So I think this would solve both the issue of fighting over the mandate, and say, well, you don't have to have a mandate, but it would also have an adverse selection, and I haven't set it on 3 or 5 years yet. I'm talking to some experts on what would be appropriate, but you would have to give 3 years notice before you could get back in, because otherwise, part of the reason for the mandate is that if you set up policies that don't discriminate on pre-existing condition, a prudent consumer might say, I'm not going to buy a policy until the day I know I need to go to the doctor. And then since they can't discriminate against me for being sick, I'll go buy the policy. And I'll pay the same as everybody else, but I didn't have to pay for the last 5 years when I didn't need to go to the doctor. So that was the whole idea of the mandate. And that, that is a valid theory, adverse. We don't want to have that, but this is another way to deal with it.